Hi and good morning. I'm going to show you how to do some of the stitches on this mystery blanket, and going to show you also how to do the color changes. I'm at the point right now where I have a color change that is going to be taking the white and putting it 2 stitches over to the other direction, to the right, so I need to use the white. So I want to show you how I go about doing that. I've worked this shell right here up to the point where I'm ready to do a color change. I've done the first double and I've done the second double up to the point for the color change. The way I do it is I wrap the next color I'm going to use, and I kind of pull it up at an angle so that there's like loose play here, and I just pull it over to the stitch I'm wanting to finish off, okay? And then I give it a slight tug to kind of pull in the stitch below it so it's not hanging up real high. Then, continuing using the white, now I'll wrap it to do my first double, and I'll just work it over this yarn right here, and we'll do our shell. Okay, now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap my hook, and notice this is just laying on top and it's over it. I'm going to put it under and go here so that it works like between the yarns. I don't know if you can see this. And then we'll do the second one. Okay, so now we've added those 2 that are white. Now this part right here, for sure, absolutely, you make sure that your hook gets under it. And when you go to do your stitch, you'll do it right here. You'll yarn over, pull through, and pull through that extra little piece of yarn. Now just go ahead and work it as a normal double. There's your first part, your second part. Then when you're ready to do this the second half of it, you can just go right into the stitch and do the second half. Now what we're going to do is we're going to end up double crocheting or doing double shells, the 2 double crochets that create the shell, all the way to the other end of this. So I'll just continue here across to where we want to do the next color change, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. Just a few more stitches. Well, I was kind of thinking it would be quicker than that. Notice we're working our shells between the shells. Well, I thought it was quicker, but I guess not. Just a couple more here we have to do. Pull out some more yarn. Okay. Now we're going to do 2 extra ones down here. By the way, you won't have all these yarn ends after you get started. There's only, I believe, 1 more place to cut yarns, and that'll be farther on the other side. Okay, so now we need to put 2 more whites. So what I want to do is I'm going to crochet over this portion right here of the blue. And that includes the yarn tail, so the working yarn of the blue, so I'm just laying it up on top, and then I'm going to give it a slight little tug to pull this in, and then we'll do the other 2, the other shell, up to the point where we're ready to use the blue. Now I'm going to drop the white, grab the blue, and just complete the stitch, and now give it a slight tug on the white, and then we're ready to continue on doing the blue. and you just continue working. So if you wanted to bring it over a big piece like the 2, I wouldn't recommend going more than 2. I showed you back up here at the beginning, but it's really kind of simple. You just make sure that you don't have big layovers with the yarn or strandings with the yarn. Hope you decide to follow along with the mystery crochet along. Thank you.